It was the night after Thanksgiving, and like every year, my mom insisted we hit the Black Friday sales at the Greenridge Mall. I didn't even want to go, but the thought of finally getting that 75-inch TV for half off was too good to pass up. We got there at midnight. Hundreds of people already stood outside, shivering, stomping their feet, laughing nervously as they stared through the glass doors. Security guards paced back and forth, eyeing the growing crowd. Something about that night already felt off. It wasn't the cold. It wasn't the crowd. It was how quiet everything was beneath all that chatter. Like the air itself was holding its breath. When those doors finally opened, it was like watching a floodgate burst. People screamed, shoved, sprinted. I got pushed so hard, I almost dropped my phone. Someone's elbow jammed into my ribs. Another person's hair brushed across my face. For a second, I thought, someone's going to die tonight. It wasn't even 12:10, and the store already looked like a war zone. Boxes torn open, clothes scattered, a guy arguing over an air fryer. But I kept my eyes on that one thing, the 75-inch Samsung TV. They said there were only 3 left in stock. I ran to the back, where the electronics section glowed under flickering fluorescent lights. 2 TVs already gone. The last one sat on a low pallet, just waiting. That's when I felt it, someone behind me. I turned. A guy in a red hoodie, no cart, no basket, just staring. "Hey," I said, forcing a laugh. "First come, first serve." He didn't respond, just smiled wide thin, wrong. Then he whispered, "You shouldn't be here." The lights flickered just once. When they came back, he was gone. I tried to shake it off. Maybe he went for another deal. Maybe I imagined the whisper. But the way he vanished, it stuck in my head. By the time I reached the front, the chaos had thinned. Most people were gone, either checked out or kicked out. I was exhausted, but weirdly proud I got my TV. But when I looked at the time, it was 2:17 a.m. I hadn't noticed how long I'd been inside. The main doors were shut. The crowd outside gone. I walked to the front doors and tugged them, locked. "Hello," I called out. "Is anyone here?" That's when I heard it. The rolling sound of a shopping cart. Slow, metal on tile. It came from the electronics section, the same place I'd been earlier. No one was there, but the cart just rolled out on its own. And sitting inside was that same red hoodie. No person, just that hoodie. That's when the lights cut out completely. My heart slammed in my chest. I used my phone flashlight, but the screen glitched, froze, then died. Static filled the PA system overhead. Then a voice. "Cleanup needed in electronics. Cleanup needed now." Except the store had been closed for hours. Every TV showed a different angle of the store. But one of them showed me, standing right there, and behind me. I turned around, nothing. But I swear, I felt someone breathing against my ear. Every TV in that aisle buzzed with static, then flickered back to grainy footage. Each screen showed a different part of the store. Empty, silent, except one. He wasn't moving, just staring straight into the camera, like he knew I was watching. The whole row of TVs flashed white. When the static cleared, all screens now showed one word in black text. "Stay." I dropped my phone trying to call for help. 0 bars. Of course. I ran to the customer service desk. Empty. Receipts scattered like snow. Someone's half-eaten sandwich still sat on the counter. Every exit was sealed. The emergency doors? Chained. Even the windows near the entrance were covered from outside, like someone had taped black plastic over them. I figured there had to be an employee phone somewhere. I found a door labeled staff only and went in. There was a landline. I picked it up dead, but the line clicked once, twice, then a man's voice whispered, "You didn't listen." I dropped the receiver and backed out. The moment I touched the doorknob, every locker door slammed shut at once. The only light now came from aisle signs glowing faintly. 41, 42, until I reached 47. That's where the smell hit me. It smelled like iron. At the end of the aisle, a mannequin lay toppled over, or at least I thought it was a mannequin, until I saw its eyes. The red hoodie man had said, "You shouldn't be here." Now I knew why. Attention shoppers, last doorbuster of the night, in electronics. I froze. The TVs were in electronics, and that's where the body was. I didn't want to go back, but the exit signs flickered off behind me, one by one, forcing me forward. When I reached electronics again, the pallet where the TVs had been was now empty. Only one remained, the box I grabbed earlier, standing upright in the middle of the floor. Someone had written a new price in red marker, and above it, scrawled in shaky handwriting, "Take it and stay." I felt drawn in. My hands moved on their own, tearing the cardboard open. I shined my flashlight inside and saw movement, dozens of faces pressed against the darkness, mouths open in silent screams. I screamed and yanked free, stumbling backward. The box fell over, spilling nothing, just air. When I looked again, the aisle was spotless. The box gone. I ran to the front doors again, pounding, screaming. This time, the chains were gone. Cold morning light leaked in through the glass. An officer found me, sobbing near the entrance around 5 a.m. They said the store had been closed since 1 a.m. No one else was inside. A week later, I came home from work to find a large package on my porch. No return address. When I opened it, it was a brand new 75-inch Samsung TV. I plugged it in, and the screen turned on by itself. Static. Then a grainy image of the Greenridge Mall, empty, late at night. In the middle of the frame, a woman's shopping cart in hand. Me. You shouldn't have stayed. Every year, my friends and I made a tradition out of sneaking into Greenbrook Mall the night before Black Friday. Not to shop, to film dumb videos for YouTube. Exploring an empty mall at midnight. That kind of thing. We'd done it twice before. Security was lazy. The lights always half on. But that year, something felt different the second we got inside. The air smelled like metal and dust. And under the music, I swear I heard another sound, soft, rhythmic, like breathing. Jess wanted to start with the carousel, her favorite part. She said she'd film a slow motion spin with the lights on. Only, the carousel lights were on already. None of us turned it on. And when Ethan called out, "Hello," something answered. A low, childish giggle from somewhere behind the ticket counter. We decided to find a security office. Maybe the guard on duty was watching cameras. The door was unlocked. Inside, a wall of monitors showing different parts of the mall. At first, I thought it was our reflection. Then the shadow tilted its head, and I realized all three of us were standing still. Everything went dark except for the emergency lights. Jess grabbed my arm and whispered, "We should go." Except one mannequin moved. Just a twitch, a head tilt following us as we passed. We finally found a service hallway that led to the parking lot. Chained shut, but another door beside it said boiler access. Down there, the walls were brick and sweating. Pipes moaned overhead. Someone had been living there. Then we saw the photos. Polaroids pinned to the wall. Shoppers' faces pressed against the glass doors, screaming, eyes rolled white. From deeper in the tunnel came a dragging sound. Marcos shone his light. A pair of feet disappearing around a corner. Border. Pale. In the center stood a man. No shirt, skin covered in marker ink. Words written over and over, sale price, sold price. He smiled when he saw us. We bolted. Behind us, he started laughing, high-pitched, echoing down the hall. When we burst back into the main corridor, all the storefront gates were open. Every display TV flickered to life. It was us. But in that feed, something ran behind us fast, low to the ground. Jess screamed first. We turned, and she was gone. Her flashlight lay spinning on the floor, its beam pointing toward an escalator. We called her name. A faint reply came back, "Help me," from above. But the voice didn't sound like Jess anymore. Half the stores up there were sealed with plywood. Yet every shutter was scratched with the same message. Midnight comes. Each one faced the glass, head tilted, as if watching us. At the end of the hall, an exit TO roof door rattled. Something banged from the other side. Ethan pushed it open before I could stop him. Down below, every car alarm went off at once. And far beneath the glass dome of the mall, the carousel started spinning again. Ethan whispered, "We need to jump." I looked over the edge and saw dozens of figures in red hoodies circling the mall, waiting. When I woke up, I was lying in a hospital bed. They said I'd been found in the parking lot at dawn, bruised and hypothermic. Ethan and Jess were never found. They closed the mall that week. But every Black Friday since, people driving past at midnight say the lights come on by themselves. And if you listen close, you can still hear the carousel turning. Some sales cost more than money. If you made it this far, you're braver than most. Black Friday isn't just about cheap TVs or crazy deals. Sometimes it's about who or what you meet when the doors close. If these stories gave you chills, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the bell because I've got even darker true stories coming next week. Drop a comment below. Tell me your scariest Black Friday experience. You might just hear your story next time on True Nightmare.